Hello, you're watching Vishi TV, and on trending news, rights groups demand arrest of security officers linked to Gen Z protest killings. Human rights organizations are demanding the immediate arrest of security officers implicated in the killing of 3 young protesters during the invasion of Parliament on June 25, 2024, during the Gen Z-led anti-finance bill demonstrations. A new BBC documentary, Blood Parliament, has identified 3 officers, naming one specifically as having taken part in the killings near Parliament at the height of the protests. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen says the government will issue an official response to the revelations on Tuesday. The documentary retraces the movements of the murdered protesters during the demonstrations, tracking them in their final moments and reconstructing how they were killed. It also connects the shooters directly to their victims by matching locations, movements, and witness accounts. One of the named officers is Job Kaboi from the Central Police Station, who is alleged to have encouraged colleagues to use lethal force. Another officer, whose face was deliberately concealed, is believed to have shot and killed David Chege, 39, and Erickson Mutisya, 25, just outside Parliament buildings. Meanwhile, Eric Shieni, a 26-year-old University of Nairobi finance student, was shot in the head as he fled from Parliament grounds, and he died instantly. His shooter, according to the BBC investigation, was identified as a member of the Kenya Defence Forces, KDF. In the wake of these findings, human rights organizations are intensifying pressure on the government to act. During a press conference, one activist expressed frustration over the lack of accountability. Tumeshangaa mpaka leo, mambo yako wazi, majenzi waliuawa, wengine wamepotezwa, inaonyesha dunia nzima na hatuoni serikali ya Kenya ikitingika. Ni jambo la kuudhi na la kukera, they said, highlighting the widespread anger at the government's perceived inaction. The government had earlier promised to investigate the killings and ensure those responsible were prosecuted. According to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, KNCHR, at least 50 people were killed during the protests, with hundreds more injured and maimed. However, activists are now questioning the effectiveness of accountability institutions like the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA. They argue IPOA lacks the teeth needed to take real action. Wito wetu ni kwamba serikali ya Kenya needs the review to power given to the IPOA. Hatuwezi kusema kuwa IPOA ni independent na hatuwezi hata shika mtu. Another activist said, calls are growing not only for the arrest and prosecution of the 3 named officers, but also for a wider investigation to identify and bring to justice others responsible for the killings during the last year's protest. Responding to the growing pressure, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen assured the public that the government is preparing an official statement. I will answer to that in Nairobi. A statement is being worked on, Murkomen said. Meanwhile, Kenyan officials have stopped the screening of the BBC Africa Eye documentary, and the event was planned to take place at a cinema in Nairobi restaurant on Monday. Injuries of peaceful protesters. The move to hold the screening has come as pressure grows on the government to hold security officers accountable for unlawful killings, and BBC said authorities intervened to block the event at the last minute. A screening of BBC Africa's Eyes, Blood Parliament in Kenya, was cancelled due to pressure from the authorities. We are very disappointed not to have been able to share the documentary and panel discussion as planned, the BBC spokesman told the Daily Nation. In the meantime, audiences can watch the film on BBC Africa's YouTube channel. What's your opinion about this story? Let me know in the comment section, and I've been your host, Venus Mugoi. Till next time, bye.